Okay. I suggest that you send another request regarding the medical issue. And Mr. Styron, I would also suggest to you, it never is an issue. I've had two others come through representing themselves. That is never an issue with me because you have a right to do that. Yeah, and I'm just going to let you know that is not the reason. You need to go back and you need to look at what you were doing in this courtroom toward this court and not fully understanding what this was, because these are serious charges and there potentially more that are coming. That's my whole thing on that. Okay.
Buckle up, guys. Today we're diving into a courtroom already on edge as the judge warns this defendant to rethink how he's been acting. She reminds him these charges aren't small and hints there may be even more coming. The tension here isn't loud, but it's heavy, and you can already feel this is about to unravel fast.
People versus Thomas Styron. Here we go.
The public defender of Otella on behalf of Mr. Styron, who stands to my left. Well, let's talk to the judge about that. Right?
We've been through this. Seems to be some confusion.
What's the confusion?
I've stated multiple times on the record that I wish to represent myself.
Well, I thought we got rid of that issue the last.
Yeah, I thought so too. I spoke to this gentleman right here and expressed my wish to represent myself as well.
All right. Well, if he doesn't want you, I mean, we'll figure that out in a moment. So, Mr. Styron, we're going to go through this again. What do we want to do in this case? You understand what you charged with, sir?
So, I understand what the charges are against me. Yeah.
Okay, look, you're going to have to give me straightforward answers to my questions because I've got to make sure that you understand certain things. I got to do certain things here.
From my understanding,
you understand, first of all, that if you do indeed direct, you want to smile about it and laugh about it, take him back. We'll call him out later. Take it back. You keep laughing. You laugh one more time, that's 30 days. Go contempt. Look it up.
Confusion takes center stage as the defendant insists he already declared he wants to represent himself. The judge tries to reset the record, but his tone and timing fuel the tension. Every answer sounds like a challenge, and the judge's patience starts thinning as she tries to get straight responses in a courtroom drifting off track.
What? She's got another case. Told me she was done. Here what? Oh, they're there. All right. Court calls the case of the people versus Styron. Recall. State your name.
my name is Thomas Styron. Living man.
Mr. Styron, you are before the court. You have elected to represent yourself. I do have to advise you that you have 3 counts against you. The first count is that of fleeing and eluding 3rd degree under the motor vehicle code. Do you understand the nature of that charge, sir?
This is under the assumption that you're compelling me to identify as Thomas York Styron, the legal entity on this case.
I believe that you are. Do you understand the nature of the charge, sir?
I don't understand how the name you have on the case and who I am, it's 2 different people.
The room shifts instantly the moment he smirks at the judge. She cuts through the attitude fast, warning him that one more laugh equals 30 days in jail. When he pushes the line again, she orders him removed. The courtroom energy spikes, and suddenly this hearing turns into a fight for control.
I have a complaint. Thomas Styron II. Do you understand that that individual is charged with fleeing and eluding third degree?
So,
Do you understand the nature of that charge? You just need to answer my question.
for the record,
Take him back, and when he decides he wants to cooperate, we'll bring him back, maybe. I'm not threatening you. Say one more word, and that's 30 days. 30 days. This one. Recalls case, people of the state of Michigan versus Thomas Styron II. Mr. Styron, you are before the court on a felony complaint that does allege count 1. And I'm going to presume, since you do not want to answer the court's questions, that you understand English and understand what I'm saying.
He re-enters with a new angle, claiming he's a living man and not the legal name on the case. The sovereign citizen script starts rolling, and the judge's patience is already low. She keeps trying to ask simple yes or no questions, but he dodges every one, forcing her to shut the session down again.
You are before the court on 3 charges. Count 1 is the charge of fleeing and eluding third degree. Under the Michigan Motor Vehicle Code, that is a felony punishable by up to 5 years incarceration or $1,000 fine plus court cost, and would require the Secretary of State to suspend your license for up to 1 year upon conviction. Count 2 is assaulting, resisting, and obstructing a police officer. That is a felony or high court misdemeanor punishable by up to 2 years incarceration and or a $2,000 fine plus court cost. Count 3 is a misdemeanor offense of operating with a license suspended, denied, and or revoked. That is a misdemeanor as indicated, punishable by up to 93 days, $500 fine plus court cost. Your vehicle could be subject to immobilization. Since you refused previously to answer my acknowledgement as to whether you understand that, I will assume that you understand what you're charged with. You are also entitled to be represented by counsel at this and all subsequent proceedings. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney would be provided at public expense to represent you in this matter. You are entitled, as indicated, to be represented at this proceeding, all subsequent proceedings, including your preliminary examination, and if the matter were to proceed by trial, you would be entitled to counsel. It is, as we have gone through the previous proceedings, the court's understanding that you do not wish to be represented by counsel, and that this matter will then proceed forth with you representing yourself. I have to advise you that in representing yourself, the court will make the presumption that you understand the Michigan court rules, those regarding both procedure and those regarding evidence. The court will not be providing any legal assistance to you during the course of those proceedings and will hold you to the same standards that I would hold an attorney representing or practicing before this court.
The judge takes total control and reads every charge, penalty, and legal expectation without room for debate. She lays out the felonies, the jail time, and the rules he'll be held to if he insists on defending himself. It's the first moment where the courtroom feels grounded, even as he stays silent.
So, with all of that, and with the court's understanding that you do not want to be represented by counsel, I will set this matter for its next proceeding.
you understand I'm the beneficiary, not the trustee, right?
That will be the preliminary examination. I will set the preliminary examination. Has discovery been provided to the defendant?
Your Honor, he was previously represented by the public defender. I don't know if he turned over the paperwork to him.
Does anybody from the public defender's office know whether or not the defendant has been provided discovery? Mr. Odetella. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Your Honor, we have the discovery. I have not been able to share that discovery with Mr. Styron. I tried to speak with him and go over it, but I'd be happy to turn that over to him at the first available.
All right. If you would either turn that over to the court officer so that they can provide that to Mr. Styron so that he has the discovery. And if you could do that today, I would appreciate it.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm setting the preliminary examination. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
The people would have their witnesses available June 11th. Set this matter for preliminary examination in person, June 11th, 2024, 9 a.m. That is before me.
Attention turns to discovery, and the judge demands clarity on what he has and hasn't received. The public defender steps in to explain the backlog, forcing the court to intervene. The judge orders evidence delivered immediately and sets the next major date, trying to keep this unstable case from falling apart again.
Defendant, as he was leaving the courtroom the last time, the court did find the defendant in contempt, sentenced him to 30 days. The defendant will serve that sentence. The court will sign the judgment of sentence regarding the contempt.
I don't understand how that's possible. Like I said, I'm
So
the
first of
man,
all,
I'm the
watch your
beneficiary. You're
language.
treating me as if I'm the trustee, or I don't want to partake in any trust fraud or anything like that. Is this a QVA trust matter involved in this? Is my social security number attached to this at all? Go figure.
Mr. Styron, or whoever you wish to be addressed as, I'd suggest that you watch yourself because there's going to be more time coming. You keep it up.
You're
You will
presuming that
you will
jurisdiction
learn
over
how
the
to conduct yourself appropriately in these proceedings in this courtroom and before me. You will not in any manner whatsoever
You're trying to
disrespect
compel me to be somebody I'm not.
or this
You
institution.
have no evidence
It will not
to prove that
happen.
I'm who you say I
You
am.
will not talk to me in that fashion.
In what fashion? I'm not the one being unethical.
Very good. You'll serve the 30 days. We'll see.
The defendant challenges the contempt ruling and plunges into talk about trusts, identities, and legal entities. The judge isn't having any of it. She warns him that if he keeps this up, more jail time is waiting. The clash between courtroom reality and his personal theories hits a hard wall.
Same on the 6th. Bond continued. Who wants to go next? You can go right here. We're having it. Court does call the case of People's State of Michigan versus Thomas Styron II.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I'm confused on behalf of the club.
Sir, state your name, please.
I'm George Styron, second.
All right. This date time set for preliminary examination. Mr. Styron, you are here representing yourself. I would indicate to you that there are 3 charges on the complaint in this case. The first charge is that of fleeing a police officer under the Motor Vehicle Code in the 3rd degree. That is a felony punishable by up to 5 years and a $1,000 fine plus court costs. Count 2 on the complaint alleges assaulting, resisting, and obstructing a police officer. That is a felony punishable or a high court misdemeanor punishable by up to 2 years incarceration and or a $2,000 fine plus court costs. Count 3 is a charge of driving while license suspended, denied, and or revoked. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and or a $500 fine plus court costs. The subject matter of this preliminary examination is for the people to establish by probable cause that the felonies have been committed. If the people do establish that, then you would be what's called bound over to stand trial in the circuit court. You are here appearing without counsel. I would advise you that if you wish to represent or be represented by counsel, you can let the court know.